LEGO designers are some of the most talented people on the planet, with huge knowledge, understanding, and creative vision to build some of the most impressive sets of all time. And this is me. For the past 10 years of my life, I've wanted nothing more than to become a LEGO designer. The only issue is, I am abysmal at building my own sets. So for the next 7 days, my goal is to design 7 brand new LEGO sets which will be judged by an official LEGO designer to see if I have what it takes. First step though, I need to look like a LEGO designer. I have now got the LEGO designer drip on. Eat, sleep, build, repeat. That's me. For day 1, I started off with trying to build a set from the LEGO City line, one of LEGO's most popular themes and one which I could use to impress a LEGO designer. You've got lots of police, crime, fire, and people. What I'm thinking is basically that I can combine these and create the holy amalgamation of LEGO City, or a bonfire. I want to build a bonfire. LEGO sets have 2 components, the build and the minifigures. So I started off with actually building the bonfire itself, using some clips surrounding a 2x2 to create the illusion of a slope, as well as some fire in the middle. So the bonfire is basically done. Now I just need to add some more detail. I began adding some chairs which I stole from Google to the build, as well as a table and an ominous bag, because crime is ripe in LEGO City. But there was still more to do. The minifigures. I decided to have 3 minifigures who were all friends and 1 criminal who was trying to steal the recreational bag. I gave them all a unique look and posed them around the campfire with some marshmallows too, and then I finished the first set of the week. Having finished the first of the 7 sets, which I was pretty happy with, I came to a realization that to truly show what I can bring to LEGO, I need to take down the competition by overtaking Mega Bloks and subscribers to please Tiago. Day 2 was crucial because I was now going to be designing a LEGO creator set, the theme which Tiago used to be a designer for, so this was big. I don't really want to do a building because that's quite difficult, but I think I could give an animal a go. We've got a cat, a frog, a chicken, or maybe like a meerkat. That would be quite nice. So I got to building, pulling from tons of source material, and I felt good. This wasn't going to be too difficult, and after finishing the legs, torso, and combining them, I now only had to do the head and the arms, which are the most iconic parts of the meerkat. I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I decided to move onwards because I virtually have this set in the bag. I would like to formally share my apologies with all meerkats. This is not intended to offend you. I am so sorry. The meerkat was absolutely terrifying. This is unforgivable. I'm so sorry. The designer who'd been making or breaking my childhood dreams had built some of the most fantastic LEGO creator sets. I'm honestly appalled. For day 3, I had to pull things together and decided to build a LEGO Friends set. Something simple that wouldn't end up looking like it had been run over. As someone who has this much LEGO, I needed to look up some references for friends. I began with building a basketball court, using previous LEGO sets as my reference and designing some decals for the board, as well as a small lemonade stand with 2 mini dolls, which were terrifying. I hate these so much. I'd finished my 3rd day as a LEGO designer with a slight improvement on the previous set. Today I want to try something a lot bigger, Star Wars. I literally have no idea what I'm supposed to do, but this has to be good. This day was truly massively important because it's one of LEGO's most beloved themes, and one that would surely be important for working at LEGO. I feel like I have to keep it relatively small. It's not going to be easy. I'm so lost. Star Wars Battle Packs are some of the most loved Star Wars sets, allowing people to buy an unnecessary amount of plastic men because they are mental. This is too many. Let's try one with some basic clones, a turret, and maybe a speeder. This would mean people could buy multiple of these sets to get tons of clones and build a huge army. So I began working on a basic speeder design, something that people could own dozens of, as well as a small side cannon to give it a better value. I think now it's time to add some clones. As I say, nothing crazy. These were the main draw of the set, so I simply went with some black and white phase 2 clones, gave them some blasters, and thank you very much, that'll be $20,000. This thing would sell like crazy, acting as a great star set for new fans or an army builder for older fans. This is something LEGO could make, so I felt good. So it's time for a DC set now, which honestly hasn't had the best track record. I want to change things up. The plan was to go for a set that nobody would expect, something bold, shocking, innovative, Batman's parents' death. The iconic scene from DC, and one that was definitely different from what LEGO would normally do. And as a LEGO designer, you have to have creative flair. I started off building a street, as well as adding 2 normal bins and 1 custom designed dumpster to hide bodies in, which took me onto the minifigures. I wanted to go simple, with a suit, some arms, and a skeleton head for the parents. And after placing them and Bruce on the street, I also added some blood. And honestly, the design was now perfect and gave me the idea that this could be used for more. Uncle Ben's death. The iconic scene from the movies, and one that could be a part of my new line of tragic origins. What I'm thinking is I could essentially have like a wall. On one side you have Peter, and on the other side you have a man who has been shot. It's like a play feature, but not very fun. I got to building the hallway where Peter lets the criminal pass him, as well as a small alleyway on the other side, and after colouring things, I got to the minifigures. A naively happy Peter, a generic criminal, and Uncle Ben. All things considered, this didn't look too bad, and in tandem with the DC version, this would surely please Diago. But now was onto the most important set, Ninjago. This is the theme that I have the most expertise in, so if I was going to prove myself, this had to be the best set. I think I'm going to go small for this set. Seems like the best idea. I decided to go for a simplified version of Kai's Blacksmith, an iconic location from the show, and an opportunity to improve LEGO's previous rendition. Sort of just a slice of the building, not the whole thing. I began with adding some flooring in, as well as some basic walls and a roof, where I used some previous sets to help me get it right. I also added the shop sign, a table, and finally, the Kai minifigure. And just like that, I'd finished day 7. Having spent the last 7 days of my life pouring my heart and my soul into these sets, all that was left to do now was to see what an official LEGO designer made of them. Alright, so it's about 10 minutes till I'm meeting with Diago. I'm so nervous. I'm so worried.
Okay, let's start with city. It looks cool. Maybe you should add a little bit more. Maybe an animal. City sets like to have animals. That's it for the city. Creator. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. I can clearly see it's an animal. I'm just not sure which one. So I guess we need to build up some building skills. DC one. That's a big no. All the blood. It's a big no for LEGO. The model looks cool. It looks fun with the minifigures as well. So maybe if you remove the blood. Friends. This is great. I can totally see these being like a small price point for LEGO Friends. This is really good. Out of everything I've seen so far, it'd be best qualified to be a Friends designer. Marvel, again with the blood. So yes, definitely a big no. Ninjago, this is your area of expertise. I can kind of see some sort of blacksmith or something. I like it. Feel the Ninjago vibes on this one. So you would also be qualified to be a Ninjago intern. Who knows? And for Star Wars, yeah, good to go for Star Wars.
Diago, yeah. The big question here. Do you think I have what it takes to be a LEGO designer?
Yes. Yes, you have.
He literally said that I could be a LEGO designer. Like a Ninjago designer. That would be nice. I don't know what to say. I did it! My childhood dream had now been fulfilled by an official LEGO designer who, after 7 days of me building these sets my all, thought I had what it takes to work at LEGO. This is nuts. These are definitely some of my greatest creations, and I honestly could not be happy with the result. 7-year-old me would be absolutely ecstatic right now if he knew about this. Everything had gone completely according to plan. Subscribe to me and Diago. This is absolutely nuts.